Team USA, we are ready to roll.
Extraordinary moments. Beautiful night for some football. Skying to the rim.
Joey Logano steps into history. A lot of stars for you on Sunday Night Football.
I love the hell out of you guys. We roll the ball out, and you guys just go out and compete. We believe in us. Whatever we do together. We talk about it, we show it.
Show me what you got.
Ninth sack of the game.
Game-winning sack right there. The Broncos are going to get out of London.
We have to contain 15. It's a tall task.
Throws back across his body. Magnificent throw by Rodgers.
It's as good as it gets. Whatever we're doing, we're going 100 miles an hour. That's how you win games against teams like that, man.
I'm ready to go out there and play right now.
I'm ready to go play, too. Who wouldn't want to play for Dan Campbell? And the Lions, who have won 4 straight, have the highest scoring offense in the NFL. And I think Coach Campbell's just calling his friends, family back home like, hey, guess what? We're about to get this win against Kansas City on prime time. But tonight, the Lions have to face off against Patrick Mahomes. And as you know, the Chiefs have been struggling just a little bit. And tonight, they're going to be without their left tackle. Josh Simmons is out for personal reasons. Jalen Moore will make his 11th career start at left tackle, but it will be his first for Kansas City. Not the first touchdown thrown, though, for Baker Mayfield, and this one going off against the 49ers.
No, he's got 2, and as usual, he's making big plays. Here he is around midfield, 45-yard boom, bomb on the money. Tez Johnson, and look at this, Maria. I don't know, this might even be better.
Round off that hamstring and landed it.
That's a 10 right there.
That's a 7th rounder right there making that play. Joe Flacco, what were you brought in here for?
Joe Flacco came here for one reason, throw it up and find Jamar Chase, and that's what he does here. Chase in, they go for 2, find Chase Brown, 18-24, says he's trying to come back.
Trying to keep it close in Green Bay, and the Raiders walking away with the victory, right,
Yeah,
Jason?
Pete Carroll brand of football out there in Vegas. 5 sacks, 3 takeaways, and hand the ball to that guy, Ashton Genty, his 5th touchdown of the season.
They get the 10-point win at home. What's up, everyone? Maria Taylor yet again, Devin McCourty, Jason Garrett here now. In Seattle and 2 LA teams, they all came east, and they had to pick up some road wins, and it was like lunchtime back home, and they already had a W that they were eating on. But it's just the 2nd time ever that 3 West Coast teams won in the same 1 o'clock window in the Eastern time zone. It did also happen in 2021. But, Jason, let's start with the Chargers and what you saw from their win against the Jaguars.
Yeah, Maria, the best quarterbacks in the NFL, they step up in the big moments. They impose their will on their football team. They grab them by the collar and say, you're coming with me to win. And that's exactly what Justin Herbert did today. Look at this play. It's Jalen Phillips, 265 pounds. He throws him off. This is the big moment. He gets it to McConkey. McConkey does the rest. He gets a great block, puts him in field goal position. They go down to South Florida and steal a win.
And we were critical of Herbert early in the season to make those plays, but they made them against the Dolphins. So good job getting a win. But the Dolphins, they're one of the worst teams in football right now.
They have
a lot going on.
I got it. They've lost 2 games in a row. There's a lot of injuries the Chargers are dealing with, and they're on top of the AFC
I'm just not ready to crown them.
I know I'm not crowning them.
Can we hype up the Seahawks, though? Can we give the Seahawks a little love, Jason?
How about that? The Seahawks are a better road team than they are a home team. They went all the way across the country to go play Jacksonville, who's 4-1, coming off the big win against Kansas City, a big win for the Hawks.
This guy right there, Jackson Smith and Jigba, and that defense coming back, 7 sacks today. Good job by Seattle.
Yeah, number 11 had 162. We got the highlights coming. And we'll have some key injury updates from the NFC West later on, including Puka Nacua and Fred Warner. And we had 27 games this season with winning score in OT or the final 3 minutes of the 4th quarter. That's tied for the most through the first 6 weeks in NFL history. And 2 of those games came today. Chargers at Miami and the Panthers against Dallas, helped by Rico Dowdle, right, Chris?
That's right. Rico's revenge. He got it. He was Rico Suave on the day. His old team, the Dallas Cowboys, they still can't stop the run, even though they traded Michael Parsons. 180 yards running the ball, over 50 yards receiving. You see the touchdown here from Bryce Young in a big moment in the 2nd half. Way to go, Carolina. They get the upset at home against the Dallas Cowboys. Then, hey, if you need some yards, call me, maybe, okay? Yeah, that's what they're saying to Drake May up there. Yeah, you like that? And then it's big throws down the field. Drake May's one of the hottest quarterbacks in the sport right now. We saw what he did last week on Sunday Night Football. Making a play in the pocket, little flick of the wrist, boom, touchdown. And then he's starting to do this stuff right here. That's like Josh Allen stuff. We saw him do it to Josh Allen last week, and here he goes again. Oh, and a 49ers alert right now.
Yeah, I got an update from the former Patriots quarterback, but Mac Jones now filling in for Brock Purdy. And how about this, guys? Throws his second interception of the game in Tampa Bay.
They had a 4th and 1. They jumped off sides. It cost them 5 yards. And then we got Jamel Dean back in the lineup,
Welcome
healthy
back,
with
buddy.
the big INT. Devin McCourty likes that.
I like it.
That game live on CBS, and we'll have the highlights as our show continues to roll on. And we're going to roll out all the way to Kansas City, where Jack, Tony, and Rodney are hanging out and breaking down the film.
Oh, yeah, Maria, we remember this matchup well. It was a couple of years ago. Super Bowl banner night it was, Coach. Felt like a measuring stick moment, really, for the Lions. But all of a sudden, here we are. We're in week number 6, and this feels like a game where the Chiefs have something to prove, Coach.
It is, and I talked to a bunch of the Chiefs veterans, and they know it. They know how big this game is. They've got to come with their A game. But all of those veteran players told me, Rod, we just have to do what we do and play Chiefs football.
Yeah, I'm looking at Andy Reid, and he has to show patience in the run game. Use all 3 of those backs, and whichever back is hot, continue to use. But also Patrick Mahomes, he's been the problem in the deep passing game. So they need a couple shots early, especially with half of Detroit Lions secondary hurt.
Jack, I'm usually about team play and bring the whole team. I think the Chiefs stars have to show up tonight. Kelsey, Mahomes, Chris Jones, those guys have to be big, and we'll see what they come up with.
And you heard Maria mention there at the top, the Chiefs going to be without their left tackle and Josh Simmons dealing with a personal matter. What does that change most, Rodney?
Yeah, everything about this offense has been tailor-made to help Jawan Taylor, the right tackle. Now you have to deal with the left tackle. This is really bad for Kansas City.
It's going to put more on Patrick Mahomes. He's going to have to scramble more to make those plays.
And this will be the last game without their star wide receiver as well, and Rashee Rice, so we'll look forward to seeing him back. It's still one of the all-time tailgates in the National Football League. Expect points tonight. Mahomes against the highest scoring offense. Lions Chiefs on Sunday Night Football.
Chris, what is the latest in Green Bay?
Well, big pass to Matthew Golden, first-round wide receiver, sets up an easy field goal for Lucas Haversick. The Green Bay Packers are up by 9 here late in the 4th. The Bengals are setting up for a field goal.
Yeah, less than a minute to play there. The Cardinals taking on the Colts. Jacoby Brissett is starting today for Kyler Murray. He's out with a foot injury. He did spend 4 seasons with the Colts. This is his 7th team. Brissett and the Cardinals, they moved the ball.
Yeah, it was a shootout in Indy, Maria. He finds Greg Dortch here down in close. It was back and forth all day long.
Yeah, here's the 4th. Daniel Jones. This time he's going to line it up and look for Josh Downs for 5 yards.
The difference was the red zone. Indianapolis got down there 4 times. They scored 4 touchdowns. This is Downs in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, the Colts tie it up with that one. And then they've got a young man named Jonathan Taylor. All he's doing is leading the league in rushing. And what do you know?
Just love the check here by Daniel Jones. He gets up under center. He pitches it wide to Jonathan Taylor, and he knows what to do.
Yep. They needed that with the Colts down 3. Jonathan Taylor had 123 yards rushing on the day. And then Jacoby Brissett, 4th and 7. Here's your chance.
Yeah, you're under a minute to go. You have a shot to win. And Trey McBride, it looked like it might be defensive pass interference. He gets grabbed coming out of this thing.
Looks clean to me, Coach.
It looks like a
call.
PI all game long in any game. That's PI.
Daniel Jones gets the win at home. Patriots on the road taking on the Saints. Drake May looking to give the Patriots their 3rd straight victory for the first time since 2022. Does he do it, Devin?
Mama, there goes that man again. Drake May finding Pop Douglas. Key to the game, throw the ball deep, and that's what Drake May did, finding Pop Douglas right there.
Longest passing touchdown of his career so far, and then May, let's do it again.
He said, hey, Kayshon Boutte, you're back home. I'm going to find you, buddy. First touchdown for Kayshon Boutte, Louisiana native, back home, showing out.
Yeah, from New Iberia, Louisiana, looking like he's right at home. Played at LSU as well, looking good.
He's been here before, Maria. 2nd touchdown on the day. New England really dominating the pass game. Drake May looks really good.
Yeah, his first career multi-touchdown game. Big turnover for the Saints here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, New England's defense makes a big stop. Christian Ellis punches the ball out. New England jumps on it, and that really wrapped up the game for New England.
Yeah, New England now 4-2. That's their best 6-game start since 2019. That's when they went 6-0 and won the AFC East. All right, we got an alert in Tampa Bay, Chris.
Yep, Tampa Bay set up for a field goal here. They put this one away. Chase McLaughlin Boom, through the uprights, 30-19, a minute 55 left.
All right, we wanted to welcome in Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio because we saw something a little bit different in Thursday night's game. We saw Giants head coach Brian Daboll entering into the medical tent where Jackson Dart was having a concussion protocol. And give us the latest on this entire situation and what could be the outfall.
Well, Maria, the NFL is taking this very seriously. No one is allowed in the tent. Coaches, players can't go in. Running back Cam Scatterbo actually went inside during the concussion evaluation of Jackson Dart. The league called the NFL Players Association the next morning to start a joint review. There will be interviews of all relevant medical staff, coaches, and players. And the Giants face a potential fine and also the possibility of the loss of a draft pick, depending upon how this all shakes out.
All right, the potential fallout. We'll be checking in with you to hear all of it. All right, let's check in now with tonight's Football Night Fix. See how we're looking going into Kansas City. Okay, David Montgomery, I think that's a fur headband or hat.
Yeah, I've never seen something like this, but it's well put together, David Montgomery. I like it. I can work with that.
I do too. The bandana belt, that's chef's kiss. Juju Smith-Schuster. What do we think?
Juju, this looks like somebody's uncle who used to play, now is retired. Maybe he's going to Hawaii. I'm not
like
sure
a
about
chef
this.
in the kitchen to me.
That ain't
Maybe
it.
he'll be cooking tonight. We don't know. All right, what about Chanel? I like it.
Hey, this is when you're working on your body all off season and the summer comes. You show the legs, you show the upper body. Chanel showing it all.
Quads are out.
He said, I'm going to give you these quads. You're going to be welcome to paradise. And Patrick Mahomes, always cool, going to be shades, going to be nice.
It don't matter what he wear. He going to be out there playing. That's all that matters for Pat Mahomes.
We'll be right back.
This is Football Night in America. Earn your Sunday with Lowe's.
You earned your Sunday. Now let's go.
Oh, baby, some magic. That is beautiful. Goff locks it right side. Wants Tesla. He makes one-handed catch. Oh, don't you tell me he did that. Oh, rookie, you are something else.
Here we go. Goff up under center, turns, gives, Amon-Ra
Flips it out to give. He's in the house, baby. Touchdown, Detroit Lions. And the Lions have got the lead back.
Life is good. Jared Goff, a new offensive coordinator, and John Morton, and it is working. Entering the week, led the league in completion percentage as well as touchdown passes, and 6 of those touchdowns reeled in by his favorite target, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Rodney caught up with St. Brown just moments ago.
You know what I love about you is your willingness to block DBs, linebackers, and even defensive linemen. Where did that come from?
I think, just being in Detroit. I feel like ever since I got here as a rookie, blocking as receivers was a big emphasis for us. And then ever since then, man, all of us that have been here, me, J-Mo, Khalif, all the guys that have Tesla now, we all just going out there and blocking everybody.
You and Jared Goff has always had a connection, but this year just seems like a little special. What's going on with that?
I feel like, me and Jared, we've been building this connection for a long time, the chemistry. Ever since my rookie year, we've just been building and getting better. I think for us, every year just gets better and better. Being around him, understanding what he likes, what he's seeing out there, him knowing how I run my routes, it's been great to be, along this journey with him.
If I'm defensive coordinator Steve Spagnuolo, my lead call will be 1-4-14. So I'm taking Trent McDuffie, I'm putting him on you, and I'm taking a safety, and I'm putting him on you.
Yeah.
What do you do if that happens?
I mean, we got a bunch of guys on our team that I feel like they can go make plays. Whoever they decide to double, it won't really matter. I feel like, whether it's me, Jameson Williams, Laporta, Jameer out the backfield, Demo, to slot, whatever. We got a bunch of weapons, and Jared's going to do the right, make the right play more times than not. So I'm confident in Jared making the right play.
Well, all the best to you. Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you.
Well, Rod, he has 20 more targets than any other Lions receiver. I know that you like St. Brown. How can the Chiefs try to slow him down tonight?
Yeah, just like I told him, I'm going to double cover him. I'm taking my best guy, Trent McDuffie. I'm putting him on him, and I'm double teaming him with a safety. But I'm also telling my other corner, if you're defending Jameson Williams, make sure you're competitive on all the underneath routes, coach. He cannot get behind you because that's an automatic touchdown.
Well, Rodney, that's great, but they can do all that, and it still might not even matter because the Chiefs don't stop the run. Dan Campbell told me when I was there Friday, everything starts with our running game. They feel like they're tougher than any team in the National Football League. They're going to pound the ball with these two running backs tonight.
And one of the things I would be telling my Chiefs defensive backs, get off these blocks of these wide receivers. They're very passionate about it. They're going to come in, try to block the safeties, and force the corners to have to tackle Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, which is tough to do.
I think the Chiefs are actually going to have to run blitz tonight and bring some linebackers and secondary guys to stop the run. That's going to mean a lot of one-on-one coverage and some chances for some big plays for those Lions receivers.
And Coach, the Chiefs, they are fresh off a heartbreaker on Monday night in Jacksonville. You were talking to some coaches, some players. Where is their mindset right now?
Well, they've got the championship mentality. They know how big this game is. The disappointment is there. The players told me, Coach Reed, it was all notepads, mental work. They've got to eliminate the mental mistakes that have plagued them in these losses.
Coach, they haven't had a must-win in a long time. This is a must-win tonight.
All right, there's a whole lot more coming up on Football Night in America. More highlights headed your way. We saw a sweet escape for the Chargers, and then those Rams. They roll through the Ravens.
It's got to be last today. Back on track. +1. Let's go. Rocket to JSM.
Big Dub out in Duval.
Premium performance, powered by the 3-row Acura MDX. Football Night in America is brought to you by Lowe's. Tackle your to-do list early to earn your Sunday.
All right, we know Taylor Swift is going to be rooting for the Chiefs, but we got some Swifties on the other side, guys. Do you see this?
Whoa.
Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, they both attended her concert at Ford Field in 2023, and back in 06, who's that? That's Dan Campbell standing behind her.
Close.
She's singing the national
He's like,
anthem.
I got to get a closer look.
Right. Real teardrops on her guitar. Oh, there's her fiance, Travis Kelce. Maybe Dan Campbell take it easy on him since he likes Taylor Swift. But first, for tonight's DraftKings Sportsbook 3 play, let's check in with Matthew Berry.
Yeah, Maria, we just saw Travis Kelce there, and I'm actually starting my DraftKings 3 play with the Chiefs pass catcher, just not the one you might think. It's Tyquan Thornton. Not a huge name, but very quietly, Thornton has had at least 40 yards in every game this year but one. He's a deep threat that has nice chemistry with Mahomes, and now he gets a banged-up Lions secondary that really struggles against the deep pass. So, yeah, give me 25 yards for Tyquan Thornton tonight. On the Lions side, listen, you know I had to go back to my former ride-or-die Amon-Ra St. Brown. Still the focal point of the Lions passing game. I'm taking St. Brown to catch at least 5 passes tonight, a number he's easily cleared in each of his last 4 games. And to close it out, give me an anytime touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, Gibbs gets a ton of red zone touches, which explains this stat. Listen to this. In 37 career games, Jahmyr Gibbs has 36 touchdowns. So, yeah, in what should be a high-scoring game, I'm going to take an anytime touchdown for Jahmyr Gibbs. And that is my DraftKings 3 play. Maria.
All right, appreciate it. As for Gibbs' quarterback, Jared Goff, he's been one of the best in the NFL the last 3 seasons when he's working with the clean pocket. All right, when he gets pressured, it's a little bit of a different story, but we need some context, Devin. What kind of pressure should you apply to this quarterback to have success on defense?
Yeah, everyone talks about Goff, and the key is we call it get to the spot and get him off that spot. If I'm rushing, I'm on the outside, usually want to come out here and contain. But against a guy like Goff, I can make my inside move, and I want to get to the top of this house right here, this spot. I want to make him move. Once he gets off the spot, that pressure, whether you get to him once he moves or not, that affects him more than anything.
No question. He's not known for his great athletic ability, right? And he's got a little bit of what we would call a wind-up type of motion, not a quick release, can't throw it sidearm or flick it necessarily, and that's why he's not good when you get him moved off the spot.
Well, I got it. I see all the numbers. I know what you guys are talking about. But when you bring that pressure, you better get him off the spot because he's tall and he's fearless in the pocket.
Agreed.
So if you're right here and he's still right there, he's going to throw it right around your ear. We saw it in college. We saw it with the Rams, and we see it with the Detroit Lions every week. This guy's dangerous. You better get to him.
The context matters, though. Pressure off the spot, he's not as good, right? But pressure, the pocket collapsing, people around him going to hit him, he's going to still hit the throw down the football field, and that's what we got to see tonight.
And it's a little different with the guy on the other side. Patrick Mahomes, I don't mind staying out here.
Right.
Keep him in the pocket. He's still dangerous. He's still dangerous in the pocket. But if you get there and you go here and he gets to go out there, now trouble, you cover him for 8 seconds, baby.
Yeah, I don't like Mahomes anywhere, pocket or out in space. The other part, when he gets out in space, his receivers know how to mirror him and find the open spots, and they're going to need a lot of that tonight against this Lions defense.
And of course, we know he can run.
Yep.
So Mahomes does a great job of attacking the line of scrimmage by keeping eyes downfield, and that's where he's almost unstoppable at times.
Might be running around a little bit more. Remember, left tackle out, Josh Simmons.
Hello, Aiden Hutchinson.
Hello. Hi, friend. Good to see you. Hello, Rams. You're visiting the Ravens. We would like to talk about it. You got time? The Ravens playing without Lamar Jackson for the second straight week, so Cooper Rush is getting the start. This was a big momentum, what could have been swing for the Ravens.
Well, first off, Maria, they did the tush-push with the tight end Mark Andrews 2 plays before that. I don't know, last time I checked, Derrick Henry's pretty good at the 1-yard line.
Yeah, and he came up empty there, so the score remained 3-3 as we went into halftime. And then the third quarter comes around. Matthew Stafford's like, let's get things going.
Yeah, they got things going, as they usually do. They always crack the code in the second half, figure out how they're being played. But this is a 4th and 3. Kyron Williams, one butt cheek is worth 2 feet in the NFL. Incredible catch by the running back right here.
Left cheek winner. Okay, the catch is good. And here's the follow-up. Here's how you capitalize.
Yeah, Kyron Williams, a run game. This is not an impressive win by the Rams. I don't come away with this going, ooh, I feel good about what they did. The Ravens controlled a lot of this football game, but this was the problem, Maria. Inflicted mistakes, whether it was on the goal line not scoring, and this will be the first of 2 Zay Flowers fumbles. He's going to fumble the next drive as well. And, of course, this set up the short field for the Rams after this one.
Yeah, it was 3 total turnovers for the Ravens. They've had 9 turnovers during their 4-game losing streak. And then Stafford, the Rams, capitalized.
Yeah, little play-action pass down there, and Hunter Higbee. Ooh, I like it.
The stanky leg. I don't even think you were born by the time that dance came out, but I love that you hit it. Tough day for the Ravens, but they do have a bye week coming up before taking on Chicago. All right, tonight's PFT update brought to you by Google Pixel. Puka Nacua suffered an ankle injury, but returned to play. Mike, what's the latest?
Well, and just because he returned to play, Maria, doesn't mean he'll be available on Sunday when the Rams play the Jaguars in London. I'm told he'll have an MRI tonight. Coach Sean McVay told reporters after the game it's uncertain that Nacua will be available. And if he can't play, that opens the door for more production from players like Devontae Adams, Tutu Atwell, Jordan Whittington, and also rookie Konate Mumfield.
All right, appreciate it, Mike. Next up, we've got the Cowboys taking on the Panthers. Rico Dowdle, he said it real smooth. They better buckle up. I'm taking on my old team. I was with Dallas from 2020 to 2024. They did not re-sign him. Look at that man. He looks like he's on a mission.
He's focused.
You about to find out what he has in store for the Cowboys. Let's start with Bryce Young faking the handoff and then still getting it to Dowdle.
And he was everywhere. This is in the passing game. He just had yards on yards on yards. He's been a workhorse for this Carolina Panthers team.
Not the last time you're going to hear from. 239 scrimmage yards today. Dak Prescott, though, is getting the Cowboys answering back.
George Pickens is having an unbelievable year, and I got to agree with Coach. I don't know if there's a quarterback playing better than Dak Prescott right now.
Pickens 168 yards in this one, but Bryce Young getting it to Ted McMillan. Touchdown, his first.
That's what it was about. The Panthers would not go away. They stuck close. They kept it. And then right here, Bryce Young, 4th down. He gets a completion, and they say, uh-oh, we got a chance.
This was the final possession of the game. 15 plays, 71 yards. 6 minutes, and the game-winning field goal for 33 yards comes from Ryan Fitzgerald. And guess what? Rico Dowdle told y'all to buckle up, and then he had to have a conversation with Devin McCourty. 473 scrimmage yards in the last 2 games. That's the most in 2-game stretch in team history. And oh, by the way, Mike, this young man was undrafted. Devin, let's talk to him.
Hey, Rico, man, last week you talked about they better strap up them chin straps and come ready. You finished the game. What's your thoughts on, did they come ready? How'd it go for you out there?
It went great. Obviously, you see the end result, so I don't think they came ready enough. They came ready, but not ready enough. So, yeah, but definitely a great team win for us.
Man, I just want to ask you about the touchdown catch. When y'all drew that up in practice, was that supposed to be wide open like that, and how did that come about?
Yeah, it definitely was supposed to be open like that. We ran it a couple weeks ago. We was like, he gonna be looking for you on this play today. And I'm like, please find me, Bryce. Please find me. And then end up being open for the touchdown.
Back to back-to-back win for the Panthers. That was pretty cool. They were buckled up, not strapped in. All right, Jared Goff, he's strapped in, ready to take on Kansas City. Last time we were there with you, Jared, y'all got the win on the road. We're going to see if they can pull it off on Sunday Night Football tonight.
And I'm floating and exploding on the scene. Mean, I got the potential.
He slices into the end zone.
I'm hitting the top just when I walk.
Big play.
And it's a matter of time, and I'm going.
He's in the house, baby. That is beautiful. First down.
They're having some fun right now.
This is Football Night in America. You've earned your Sunday.
There he goes! All the way home!
With Lowe's.
Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, they're ready for some high-pressure October football. And on the other side, it is year 5 for Dan Campbell leading Detroit. Just 4 wins, coaches, first 24 games, but patience was rewarded. 3 straight winning seasons, 2 division titles, and a trip to the NFC Championship game. And Tony Dungy, he grew up in Michigan as a Lions fan, and he sat down with Campbell on Friday in Detroit.
I watched you guys practice, and it reminded me of how we used to practice with the Steelers. This is old school.
Well, that makes me feel good, Coach, by the way.
I don't see this when I go other places.
Look, that's who we are. It sets the tempo of the day. You practice that way, you're going to play that way.
There we go. Let the talent on this team speak for itself.
Their offense is so balanced.
Everything starts up front, and it starts in the run game. If you've got a strong run game, you can really open up your playbook.
You talk about everybody contributing.
It's a rite of passage here, man. Our guys know you got to block. Man, if your skilled players block in the run game, you got a tough football team. We don't accept less than that. We don't accept guys that take plays off. Now, look, the things that, yeah, they do, but you just recenter them, you refocus them, and then they're right back in the fray. Toughness wins in this league. As long as we're playing with pads, toughness wins in this league. That's right. That sets the tone for your team because it's also your defense has a practice against that. You keep raising the bar, and they keep going after each other, and you get a tough, hardened team.
I want to talk to you about the defense for a minute. I heard you make a comment that playing man-to-man is in our DNA.
We believe in challenging on the perimeter. We got some guys that can play man-to-man. They are sticky. It buys us time to get disruption up front. The two go hand in hand.
Speaking of rush and coverage, Aiden Hutchinson.
He's gotten so much better with his craft. He's always been a high motor. He's worked on his bend. He can bend. His hand combat has really improved. You can see him swipe and rip and go, dip, get under, and then finish on the quarterback. He's a guy who goes after the football, and then the sack comes later. It's the dirty work that I really appreciate. He's unbelievable.
In that Kansas City game a couple of years ago, 4th down play, you make it, you win the game, but you don't make it, you're giving the ball to Mahomes, you decide to go for it, and that's kind of your personality.
I've always been a little bit more aggressive than conservative. Do you love this play? And do you love the guy who's running the play? Do you love the guy that you're throwing to? Do you love the right tackle or left tackle? Is the look going to be there? And if they all check the box, why not? You can't second guess yourself. You roll on and your team becomes that. But as far as, man, I regret that I went for those, I don't regret those. Whatever we're doing, we're going 100 miles an hour, and there is no wavering. We're going to get this.
Talking Ball, presented by the Farmer's Dog.
You can just feel the respect in that room, can't you, Rodney?
I love him, man.
And he took Detroit from one of the worst teams to one of the most respected teams. So after that investigation there, Coach, how has he done it?
I'll tell you, Jack, I was there all day Friday, and it starts with Dan Campbell. From the philosophy, the personnel that they were going to select, the game plans, the drawing up the plays, everything starts with him and his mentality, Rod.
Yeah, being a former player gets you in a room with these players. But if you want to gain their trust and respect, you got to be a real dude. And we saw that last week with Mike Vrabel. We see that with Dan Campbell. And that's why these guys respect him so much.
They love their coach. They want to play for him, and he takes care of them.
But when you look at those players that he's brought in, drafted, paid now in free agency, what are the defining qualities and characteristics you see in a Lions player?
hard work. He is not going to have a guy there that doesn't go all out all the time, that's not ready to come in early and stay late, sacrifice for the team. That's his type of guy.
I look at Aiden Hutchinson, a guy that was lost to a gruesome injury, and he's trying everything he can to get back on this football field. He's jumping over people. He's playing every play like his last play. And then you have other guys on other teams that's not hustling.
And Rodney, if you'd have seen these guys practice on Friday, you would have loved it. They practice like you used to practice, like I used to practice, and that's all they know. And that's why they're going to be tough to beat tonight.
Yeah, every great team that I've been on, we've always practiced hard, whether it's a Wednesday, Thursday, or a Friday, and that's what you see these guys doing.
In Kansas City, they feel like they've built their team with guys with similar character, but Chris Jones, highly criticized for a lack of effort on Monday night. How do you see the controversy?
Where everybody thinks that it started on Monday night. It didn't start on Monday night. It started the very first game of the season in Brazil, where Chris Jones was doing his own thing. He wasn't hustling, and this has been a problem with on this play, this is
one of the biggest plays of the game. They got to get this
contain, Coach. Yep. The biggest thing is stand on the outside. He decides to go inside, and his teammates lets him know about it. Drew Tranquil gets in his face and says, hey, man, you can't do that. But this is inexcusable for Chris Jones. If you're tired, get off the field. He said in his press conference, I didn't hear the whistle. You always play to the whistle. You don't stop.
Rodney, when I was coaching, we used to grade loafs. Anybody that wasn't going full speed, they got an L for that play, and you just can't have that. You cannot have that.
Coach, what do you think decides this game tonight?
I think it's going to be the middle of the trenches, Rodney. Dan Campbell's mentality is we're going to pound it, see if Kansas City can hold up, and then Kansas City missing their left tackle on offense.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, Coach, because it's harder to deal with when you find out the day of the game. If you would have found out 3 or 4 days ago, you could have had a couple days to practice and to work that situation. But this is devastating for the Kansas City Chiefs.
I know the Chiefs offensive coaches felt like they had to help on the right side, help Juwan Taylor. Now you got to help both sides. This is going to be on Patrick Mahomes to be a magician
and you
tonight.
Think about Patrick Mahomes. Before, he was kind of looking around. Then all of a sudden, he started to build his confidence with Josh Simmons. Okay, maybe I can look down the field. Now he's missing his left tackle, and they have to still deal with a weak right tackle. Now he's looking around again.
The Chiefs have played 3 games against teams with a winning record. They lost all 3 of them. So this is an opportunity to prove they can beat a good team in 2025, Maria Taylor.
Yeah, Jack, we're about to prove we don't loaf on this show either, all right? Coach Dungy, if you watch the tape back, no loafs for us. Let's get a spot of tea. Tottenham Hotspur Stadium in London. Broncos taking on the Jets. Bo Nix to Troy Franklin, who fumbles. Guess what, Jets defense? You got a takeaway.
This is historic here, Maria. It took until Game 6 to get their first takeaway. That's an NFL record. Wow, is right.
Wow, yes. First takeaway of the season. That's a diamond in the rough. Don't let that ball go. All right, with the Jets down 2 here, Jason, this was a lot of what we saw from Justin Fields, unfortunately, being sacked by this defense.
This was the leading candidate for the ugliest game of the year. He got sacked 9 times. Listen to me now. Minus 10 yards passing, and they still have a chance at the end of this ball game. This is Garrett Wilson on the sidelines. If they get into field goal range, they can kick the game winner. He can't finish the play. And now we get to 4th down. You have an opportunity to beat the Broncos on one of the worst offensive performances in the history of the NFL, and you get sacked one more time.
Oh, man. How about the Denver defense, though? 9 sacks. Justin Fields, just 9 completions. And Denver, we got to give our hats off to you. With those 9 sacks, the Broncos are just the 2nd team since 1990 with at least 30 sacks through the first 6 games. On the other side, though, the Jets finished with negative 10 passing yards. That's the fewest in a game in franchise history and the fewest by any team since the Chargers in 1998. All right, from London, we go to South Beach. Let's go find some, nice, warm weather. Chargers taking on the Dolphins. And we see Tua stepping back to pass. What is he looking? Okay.
Yeah, Tua dropping back to pass here. It's 3rd quarter. The 3rd quarter was all Chargers. At the half, it was 13-9 Dolphins. And all of a sudden, just like this, it was like boom, boom, boom. And the Chargers were winning 23-13 and in firm control.
Yeah, Kimani Vidal, 7-yard receiving touchdown. 138 yards from scrimmage for him. Impressive.
That definitely was. Devon Achane had a great day running the football. Miami, down here in the 4th quarter, they were tough. They were clutch. Tua and the offense showed some resolve here, and this was a big-time play in the pocket, 3rd and goal, under 50 seconds. Darren Waller back in the end zone, touchdown.
4 touchdowns and 3 games for Darren Waller for this Dolphins team on the ensuing drive. We got a plot twist here. Look at Justin Herbert.
Oh, well, this is why he's amazing. I mean, it's just, oh, get off me. It doesn't matter how big you are. And then it's to your lad McConkey, and then he makes magic happen and gets them down there in field goal range, down 1 point.
Something tells me we're going to hear from Ladd in a second, but that was a 42-yard reception. I don't know how he avoided the sack. I don't know how Ladd put his foot in the ground and
we're
kept
going to break it down because Jason Garrett loved it, so we're going to hit it.
100 yards receiving for Ladd, and then that set up Cameron Dicker, the kicker. You know his is good. 33-yard field goal gives them the victory, and I had a chance to speak to Ladd about that big-time play.
I saw Justin back there making a heck of a play. 2 guys shedding him off, and then he got me the ball in open space, and I got to make 1 miss.
Speaking of which, you know, we saw Justin Herbert make a great play, but you did stop on a dime. You had to make somebody miss yourself. Can we have a moment for that?
Yeah, like I said, I'm in open space. I got to make the first one miss, so that's my job.
That's your one job. All right, since we're here, can I get 1 quick Go Dogs? We got a big one next week.
Oh, of course. Go Dogs. Let's go.
Congrats, Ladd. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Good talking to you.
All right, Chris and Jason, tell me what you guys saw on that play.
First off, enough with the Jordan stuff. Okay. This is the play of the day for me. Okay, look at this thing. Justin Herbert. Okay, right here, Simsy.
I mean, right away, we got pressure all over.
You got to be kidding me. They're all over this guy in the pocket.
Go back. Show him the switch of the one hand.
Here we go.
Come on.
There's pressure early on.
Yep. He's got it. The clicker's messed up, so you got to work with this one a little bit. But then there, I mean, he switched from left hand to right hand, okay? Then he's going to hit Ladd McConkey on the shallow cross. Jalen Phillips is one of the best DNs in football. Then let's hit Hassan Haskins right there. With the block right here, big moment, that springs Ladd McConkey for another 15 yards. You good, okay with that clicker over there?
Yeah, I am. It's a different handle than I'm used to. But listen to me. It was an unbelievable play. We talked about at the outset. You know, these guys, these marquee quarterbacks, they're willful at the end of these games, and they needed this. They've lost 2 games in a row. They're all banged up, and he went down there and made the play of the year for the Chargers so far.
Way to go on that clicker, man. Way to go.
I don't know, Chris. I think I'm giving that 1 loaf. We'll see. Your reaction to the end of this game, too?
Unbelievable, I think, for Justin Herbert to be in that moment and make that play. We all know Miami's not a good football team, but that Chargers team, they needed that win today, and Herbert willed it.
Meanwhile, Tua Tagovailoa and the Dolphins, they could have used a win, but he had this to say after a tough loss.
We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. Like, there's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? It's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get cleaned up, and it starts with the little things like that.
Well, you can see Tua Tagovailoa. Those are some strong words about accountability and your team. I mean, what's your reaction, and how would you react to that if you were in the locker room?
I hated every bit of that.
Really?
I played in New England with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And Coach Belichick used to talk about when you have true leadership, it doesn't need to be talked about. So if there's a problem, Tua, you're a captain on this team. You're the quarterback. Go handle it. Don't sit there in front of a camera and talk to media members about guys messing up. Get in the locker room, call those guys out by name. If confrontation happens, that happens sometimes. But I think to come and air out your dirty laundry and let everybody know that there's a problem. We know there's a problem. You're not winning football games. Go fix it in-house. Handle it that way. I think that's true leadership.
Yeah, and Mike McDaniel said basically Tua had something on his mind, and he said it. We'll see if they can get it straightened out in this week of practice. But that locker room's going to be hot. All right, coming up, a big one in the NFC between the Niners and the Bucks. Oh, we hitting the flip, too. And plus, we have Joe Flacco's Bengals debut coming up next.
Welcome to the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff.
It's a hell of an opportunity to make a statement about who we are. 1, 2, 3.
The beauty of a winning formula starts with vision.
Mahomes with Mahomes magic.
Unpredictable.
Patrick is just dealing.
And at times, picture perfect.
Another record for Mahomes.
But building a winner takes grit and execution at full throttle. This team doesn't improvise.
That's how you win.
They impose. Blue-collar, high-octane football. Now, not every work of art is a masterpiece.
Out of disappointment, the Chiefs dropped to 2-3.
But the great ones have a vision for the finish.
Fight for the guy beside you.
Because when talent meets toughness,
It's like they forgot that we're fighters.
the result is a work of art.
The Lions looking to go on the road, get a win. They want to get to 5-1. Penei Sewell hyping up his team. Patrick Mahomes looking for a little bit of that magic, hyping his up, looking for a win after that Monday Night Football loss to the Jaguars. And Joe Flacco was traded from the Browns to the Bengals this week. And guess what? He already beat the Packers with Cleveland, now facing them with Cincinnati. Let's get into it. Bengals and Packers. And Joe Flacco warming up. He just got acquired from Cleveland earlier in the week. To the first half we go, or second half we go.
Bengals stuck in this. Joe Flacco said, I know why they brought me here. I'm throwing the ball. I'm letting it rip. Finds Tanner Hudson to try to lead this comeback.
And he tried to do a Lambeau leap. He kind of did it, but that's the touchdown. It's good. Jordan Love, though, says, I got something for you.
Finds Tucker Kraft here, but this was all set up by Jacobs. Josh Jacobs was a problem today. 150 total yards and 2 touchdowns. Set up that touchdown right there.
And extended the lead 24-10 the very next drive. Bengals not done yet.
No one happier to see Joe Flacco than Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Jamar Chase touchdown here, 10 catches today. T. Higgins season high in yards, so they're happy to see Flacco there.
And how about this? The Bengals went for 2. They cut the lead 24-18, but then late in the fourth, Love finding his rookie.
First-round pick Matthew Golden, probably his best game of the season so far, comes up with the clutch catch. Game over.
Yeah, Longhorn.
Love was 19 for 26, 259, a touchdown and an interception in that one. How about this moment? Defensive end Josh Hines Allen and his 8-year-old son, Wesley. He was diagnosed with leukemia last year, and he's now in full remission, but you saw he was an honorary captain in the game today. Second quarter we go. Jackson Smith and Jigba, it was his day.
Hey, it's like every week right now. It's Sam Darnold, Jackson Smith and Jigba. We're going to go deep and make an explosive play. Jackson Smith and Jigba over 150 yards receiving, another unreal performance.
Precisely 162 and a touchdown. Third quarter, Darnold getting it to Cooper Kupp. We missed you, Coop.
Yeah, what up, Coop? We saw a few sightings and some big moments in this one. That was a great throw and a great catch in the end zone.
His first touchdown as a Seahawk, and then Trevor Lawrence coming off that Monday night win against Kansas City.
And this has been plaguing Jacksonville all year. They lead the NFL in drops. Brian Thomas Jr. is phenomenal, but you saw there, it's pressure in Trevor Lawrence's face all day long, just like this, and then a few mistakes on the offensive side of the ball. Jacksonville did not play their best ball today.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence, he was sacked a career-high 7 times today. Seattle Seahawks have now won 9 straight on the
There's
road.
your guy.
I know.
Mike McDonald.
Go Knights.
Yeah,
we
go
appreciate
Knights.
you, buddy. Let's go. Mac Jones started in place of Brock Purdy for the 4th time in 5 games. Let's start with the first quarter. Jones and Kendrick Bourne.
Yeah, Bill Dory intercepts this right here. That was a Todd Bowles special. Switch to coverage, leads to an interception.
2 plays later, Rashad White's like, give me that. We'll capitalize.
Yeah, one thing to get the takeaway, you got to finish it off. Nice job by White getting in.
His 4th touchdown of the season. Now the Bucs up 1 in the second quarter here.
Baker Mayfield, doesn't matter who you put in here. Tej Johnson, Cameron Johnson. I'm going to find all the Johnsons and throw touchdowns to
Remember, no Bucky Irving, no Mike Evans. Emeka Egbuka gets hurt in the second half. And here we go again. Let's find a rookie receiver.
Yeah, Tej Johnson just running right through the defense. All those big-time players are out. Baker Mayfield didn't blink.
Wait a minute. Was that a round-off from handspring, Tej Johnson? You better stop, 7th-round pick. Ensuing 49ers possession here on 3rd and 11.
Levante David still hanging around making big plays. Future Hall of Famer right there, Levante David. Big strip sack on Mac Jones.
Tampa Bay had 6 sacks in this one, and then later in the 4th on 4th and 5.
Yeah, the best thing that Todd Bowles' defenses do, they make you one-dimensional. They make you throw it like this. Jamel Dean, one of the best in the business at making you pay.
Bucs win. They tied their best start in franchise history at 5-1. They've done that 5 other times. Time now for the All-State Goods Hands moment. And Chris, Baker Mayfield, he stayed hot today.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you guys said it before. Dak Prescott, maybe an MVP candidate. This guy is definitely an MVP candidate. Heart, Baker. Yeah, he's got heart, and he's also breaking hearts everywhere right now with all his clutch performances. Here you see right over the middle, Tez Johnson, big throw. This is a touchdown throw. Takes the shot, typical Baker Mayfield, let him know about it, just threw the big touchdown to Cameron Johnson, and then this may be the play of the day. This is a 3rd and 14 scramble, and look at Baker Mayfield. He's not the fastest guy in the world. Stretches out, gets the first down. 2 plays later, throws a bomb to Tez Johnson for a touchdown. Baker Mayfield, right now, 6 weeks in the league, or 6 weeks in the NFL season, is the MVP of football for me.
Ooh, he has the second greatest odds to make it. Y'all agree with him, Coach?
I actually do agree with him.
Yeah. Over Josh Allen?
The best player and arguably the best team right now. You know, we're still feeling the effects of Josh Allen losing to New England last week. But the energy of the leader pervades the group, and his energy, his juice, his moxie, dare I say it, pervades that team. Heck of a job today.
Tampa doesn't have everybody. Baker Mayfield is making everyone else around him better, and I think that's the key. They're going to play Detroit next week, and that might turn a little the tide of who is the best team in the NFC right now.
We've got some injuries turning the tide as well. Let's get over to Mike Florio. A big injury for the 49ers, and it was Fred Warner. We saw him carted off. Florio, what's the latest?
He has a dislocated and fractured ankle. He'll need surgery, and he's out for the rest of the year. He's only missed 1 game in his entire 8-year career. And this 49ers defense, a shell of what it was in Super Bowl 58. Only 2 defensive starters remain. Tate and Bethune replaced Fred Warner today. And Maria, you mentioned the Emeka Egbuka injury. He's got a hamstring. They're already without starting receivers Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, so that's another one to watch.
All right, appreciate it, Florio. Back to tonight's game. It's time for Barry's Bet, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Matthew.
Hey, Maria. For my Barry's Bet tonight, I'm taking Jahmyr Gibbs over on his receiving yards. Now, he's hit this number in 3 out of 5 games this year, but the 2 times he didn't were both blowout wins by Detroit. I expect a close game tonight, and considering how the Chiefs have struggled against pass-catching running backs recently, I believe Detroit will try to get Gibbs in space as a receiver. Give me the over on 27.5 receiving yards for Jahmyr Gibbs tonight.
DraftKings Sportsbook is the place to bet touchdowns, and new customers can bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. Download the app and use promo code SNF when you sign up. DraftKings Sportsbook, the crown is yours.
Goff getting set for this game. 10th season in the league, 5th with Detroit. He's got 12 passing touchdowns on the season and looking for a victory on the road against Kansas City. He'll have to get past Patrick Mahomes. On the field presented by Hyundai, where Tony spoke with Mahomes just moments ago.
All right, Patrick, big game tonight. What's the mindset of these Chiefs veterans tonight?
Yeah, you got to bring it, man. This will be a great football game against a great football team. So go out there, limit mistakes, and bring it every single play.
You guys found out you're going to be without your left tackle tonight. What difference does that make in your game plan?
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing about football is always next guy up mentality. You know, we got Jalen for this moment right here, so I'm excited for him to go out there and showcase his talents and showcase what he can do.
What is the one thing your offense has to do tonight to win this ball game?
Yeah, we got to keep just eliminating mistakes. You got to keep executing at a high level. They capitalize on mistakes, and we got to match their intensity. It's going to be a fun game.
All right, good luck. We'll see you.
Appreciate you. Always great seeing you.
Yes, sir.
It's always fun being Mahomes, including the playoffs. He has 299 career touchdown passes. He's 1 away from becoming the 17th QB to throw 300. He'd be the fastest to do so, and he's thrown them to 36 different players. No surprise who's got the most. That's obviously Travis Kelce. All right, it's time for Sunday Fun Day, brought to you by Fabulous Las Vegas.
It's like Hercules.
Able to break a tackle. Got to get rid of it. What a play. Ladd McConkey makes the man miss. Ladd still on his feet, jumps out of bounds. It's a bad snap. And it's good. You want to talk about unsung heroes. I feel jolly right now. I feel pretty darn jolly.
How about Aaron Rodgers recapturing some of his magic in Pittsburgh, Jason?
Yeah, I think A-Rod feels jolly, too. He was fantastic today. The Steelers are rolling behind their 41-year-old quarterback. Look at this guy.
Look at him.
The fountain of youth, throwing a strike to Cameron Hayward's younger brother, Connor. Wow, that takes you back right there. Heck of a catch, too.
Looks like he's playing some backyard football. How about this? Pittsburgh has 4 wins. The rest of the AFC North, 4 wins, just like we called at the beginning of the season. Rico Dowdle called his number, though. Buckle up, Devin.
Rico's revenge. Rico said you better buckle up that chin strap, and he came ready. Running the ball, catching the ball. He was lowering his shoulder and delivering punishment. That's what it's about. When you go back and you find that ex that didn't want you, you say, I'm going to show you why I'm a problem. Rico Dowdle, congratulations. Hey, what do we got? We got my guy Chris Sims talking defense.
Defense. You seen Ferris Bueller before? You ever know when, like, Principal Rooney calls Ferris's mom? It's like 9 times. 9 times. Yes, sacked 9 times. Minus 10 yards total net passing for the Jets. The worst passing offense in football. It's not close, sorry. And this is the best pass rushing defense in football. Not the day to hold it. 9 times, Maria.
All right, well, tonight's picks, guys, brought to you by Verizon. Take a look. We're almost split down the middle. America's pick, though, 79% of America is rolling with the Lions. That makes me feel good. Devin, why are you going with the Lions?
I'm going with the Lions because Josh Simmons, that tackle is out. I think that will be a big impact. Looking for Aiden Hutchinson to have a good game.
It's really hard for Marie, because I absolutely love the Lions team, every part of it. But the Chiefs, backs to the wall, 2-3. They can't go to 2-4. I think they're going to win it tonight.
Dan Campbell's going to find you.
No, he is.
Those were tonight's picks brought to you by Verizon. Lions looking to win their 5th straight. The Chiefs trying to avoid their worst start through 6 games in the Mahomes era. Mike, Chris, and Melissa have the call. We will see you at halftime.
This has been the Hyundai Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish language audio provided by Telemundo Deportes. Or watch tonight's game in Spanish on Universo.